Oh my god, this trailer has given me a lot to talk about. Yes, once again, it is Pokemon Hype Week because the Pokemon Company just came out today with their new Nintendo Pokemon Direct, and the official announcement of Generation 8, Pokemon Sword and Shield, looks awesome. But of course, that is not what I'm here to talk about. I will get one of those games and review it. But the new trailer for Pokemon Detective Pikachu has sent the internet into such a frenzy. Not only am I going to talk about this trailer here, but I'm also going to talk, or rant is the better word, about this whole situation regarding this movie. Because again, myself being a lifelong Pokemon fan, I got a strong opinion about it. But first, let's talk about this trailer. So it starts out, you find out that Mr. Detective Pikachu over here starts the movie with no memory. Doesn't that happen in a lot of games these days where like the character you play as, you start off with amnesia? Like, doesn't Breath of the Wild start off that way? The only clue this Pikachu has is this address in his hat and the name Harry Goodman, who's the main character Tim's father. And look, I'm sure the story will be fine. Harry Goodman is believed to be dead, but maybe he faked his own death. He's missing for whatever reason. I don't know the reason. Again, I have not played the game this movie's based off of. So it's a whodunit detective story with Pokemon. I'm sure that'll be perfectly enjoyable and fine. But of course, this being a trailer for a live-action Pokemon movie, you know that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm not here to talk about the story. I'm here to talk about how Apom is certainly going to be nightmare fuel. I'm here to talk about how these live-action Pokemon look. And I'll be honest, I was actually getting used to how they looked in the first trailer. It took me some time, but over the course of a couple months, I was like, alright, you know, I see where they're going for here. Maybe I can be fine with it. So when this new trailer came out, I was like, alright, we'll see. And then I saw Ludicolo, and I was like, Granted, Ludicolo, the Gen 3 water grass type, is not the most lovely looking Pokemon to begin with, but when I first saw him in Ruby version, I did not have the instant urge to barf all over myself. Seeing him in this trailer though, live actionified, I was like, oh my god. Moving on though, you see more and more of this girl with the Psyduck. Her character's name is Lucy Stevens. She's a reporter looking for her first big break. My question is she important to the story at all? Because throughout both of these trailers, we haven't seen any interaction between her and any of the other characters. We see her with Tim Goodman, but we don't see any dialogue between them. She hasn't spoken a word in either of these trailers so far. I'm just saying. But then, just like the last trailer, the music kicks on and it was like, okay. It's the Pokemon show theme.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was.
That song is instant obvious nostalgia bait because it takes me right back to my childhood. That's cheating. I'm sure someone's actually going to cover it and it's gonna play in the end credits of this movie. I'm calling it right now. I hope when I go to see it that I'm with an audience that'll want to sing along. What can I say? I'm an interactive kind of person. Let's move on with the trailer and talk about more Pokemon and how they look here. Cause the police station, we see Growlithes and Arcanine. You see a couple of Arcanines in the background. And Golurk. Golurk from Generation 5. I'd skip Generation 5 entirely because I didn't think those games looked that good. And most of the designs of the Pokemon of that generation I wasn't a huge fan of. But there were some that looked cool in my opinion. Golurk was one of them. What is it, a rock ghost type? Something cool like that? I don't remember. You see Machamp as a traffic cop. Machamp looks fine. But then you see a Snorlax in the foreground. I thought Snorlax would be a lot bigger than that. Come on, what is that, a baby Snorlax? Because a baby Snorlax would otherwise be known as a Munchlax. In the cartoon, Snorlaxes are huge. The Loudrids I'm kind of torn on because yes, they do look like Loudrids. And again, Loudred is not the most lovely looking Pokemon to begin with. Pretty hideous actually now that I think about it. They look accurate, they just look hideous. So I guess Loudred looks fine. The Gengar using Double Team though, I'm like, nope. Gengar looks weird. Flareon looks fine though. In fact, Flareon looks kind of cool. Again, I'm kind of going back and forth. I'm like, I like this, I don't like this. But Flareon does look pretty cool. I've heard someone say that this scene is an Eevee evolving into a Flareon. I thought it was a Flareon coming out of a Pokeball or something. But if that's an evolution happening, that's pretty cool actually. I really like Flareon. I like all the evolutions. I always thought that if I had one partner Pokemon for me in real life, like Ash and Pikachu, for me it would be a Vaporeon. Because blue is my favorite color and Vaporeon is like an embodiment of water. But getting back to it, you see that it looks like a shrine that Flareon is on. You recognize those Pokemon statues in the background? Dialga, Palkia, and Arceus in the middle? No, it's not pronounced Arceus. It's Arceus. The time, space, and god legendaries of Generation 4. I wonder why there's a shrine to them there. I don't know. It looks cool. Yeah, I admit it, it looks cool. And that is, you know, among the montage of really quick shots. You see Pikachu finally using Thunderbolt. I was wondering what that was gonna look like. It does look realistic. It looks powerful. I wonder if he's actually going to be yelling Pikachu! Or just a yell, a random scream. I don't know. But then we get to the thing that is going to induce nightmares in kids of all ages. And it's a Pokemon that you would never expect to look scary ever. Apom, the normal type fun monkey Pokemon from Generation 2. I remember when I first saw Apom in Pokemon 3, the movie, the one with Entei, and being like, oh, little monkey Pokemon. You know, it's always smiling. Its tail is like a hand that can grab onto things. And in Generation 4 was given an evolution Ambipom. Fun, right? No, in this movie it looks like it's gonna bite a kid's head off in its nightmare. I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw that in this trailer, I was like, ah! Cause it's freaking freaky looking. And also notice how its eyes are like a glowing purple. I've heard some people talk about maybe it's because of this drug that's going around that's increasing Pokemon's stats to make them stronger. Cause the Charizard later on in this trailer also has the glowing purple eyes. So yeah, that's probably it. Maybe Harry Goodman is the mastermind behind this drug, but he doesn't want people to know that he's the one doing it, so he faked his own death. Case closed. But still open, cause the movie's not out yet. Also, what's going on here? They're in this field, mountain range, whatever, and the ground is like lifting up like Inception style. Is this a dream, or is this just a really powerful move like an earthquake or something? Or is Mr. Mime using Trick Room? That could be possible. Is that the climax of the movie, or is the parade the climax of the movie? And okay, let's talk about the worst offender of this trailer. It's nothing to do with the Pokemon or how they look. It's a line of dialogue.
Get me the hell out of here!
Right when I heard that for the first time in this trailer, I was like, oh no. No. Warner Brothers, Pokemon is for kids. You know that, right? Granted, by this point it's for people of all ages, but originally it was for kids. No one, and I mean no one, no human or Pokemon would be caught dead spouting a curse word. Yeah, hell is a curse word, kids. Or at least it was when I was younger. If my mom had heard me say that word when I was in like 5th grade, I would be in trouble. In fact, I do remember getting in trouble one time when I was younger for saying that word. It happened. It's a true story. So to hear it coming out of a Pikachu just shattered my heart into a million pieces. That's a big no. I could never be able to forgive that. Ever. Not even if at the end of the trailer you bring in the legendary that started it all. Oh my god, it's Mewtwo! Okay, so you have Mewtwo in this movie. Are they going to actually give Mewtwo his backstory? Because he does have a backstory as far as the lore goes in Pokemon. He's not natural. He was created by scientists to be more powerful than Mew, who is the rarest Pokemon of them all. He was created from a Mew fossil, and through DNA cloning and all that. Have you seen Pokemon the first movie? I assume you have. If you haven't, what role is Mewtwo gonna have in this film? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And then you see Pikachu using the move Volt Tackle. I know that's Volt Tackle because that's right out of the cartoon. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, in the end, there are things I like and don't like about this new trailer. I still don't think this movie looks exceptionally great, which is sad because everyone around me is going, this movie's gonna be awesome. Again, which baffles me. It really does. How do people not like the new Hellboy trailer, which I thought was awesome? And how do they like this new Detective Pikachu trailer, which I did not think was all that awesome? Is there something wrong with me? It's possible. I kind of doubt it though. It's just my opinion. I'm just really weirded out by these live action Pokemon designs. Maybe I'm just an old school Pokemon fan. I don't know. I do have a sneaking suspicion though that I'm gonna walk out of the movie when I see it in a couple months going, that was surprisingly fun. Again, I'm gonna have to get used to how the Pokemon look in this trailer, because I'm gonna want to watch the movie for the story and not be distracted by every Pokemon I see and thinking to myself, oh, that one looks weird, that one looks weird. I want to focus on the story, you know, like any other movie. So we'll see. I might enjoy the movie. I hope I do. It's not like I want to hate this movie. I want to enjoy it. I just am still skeptical at this point because, again, bear in mind, this is still a video game-based movie. There hasn't really been an awesome one yet, but hey, there's a first time for everything. There's a time and place for everything. So, the second trailer for Pokemon Detective Pikachu. What do you think about it, and what are your thoughts on this whole situation regarding this live-action Pokemon movie and or the new Pokemon Sword and Shield announcement? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe.